What is the best college basketball team in the state of Utah? Today, we will put that to the test in an imperialism format. The first attacking team will be the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. The arrow ended up pointing southwest, so SUU decided to march down Ash Creek and try their luck at Utah Tech. Utah Tech ended up defending St. George and beating SUU 79-70. Ethan Potter led Utah Tech with 16, and Elijah Duvall led the retreating Thunderbirds with 21. The arrow pointed on SUU again, but this time the arrow told them to attack slightly more east but still south into Trailblazer country. So they traveled east to Newcastle and Enterprise, and then south down the Santa Clara River en route to St. George. This time SUU was able to upset the Trailblazers 81-74. SUU was again led by Duvall, who added 17 points, and Ethan Potter dropped 24 for Tech. SUU gained 75% of Utah Tech's land, including that of Lake Powell, Kanab, and Orderville.
Utah Tech was chosen next and got to see if they can take back some of their lost land. Southern Utah ended up defending their newly gained territory, winning 66-64 with Elijah Duvall scoring 15. The Wheel then chose Weber State to take a stab at Utah State. Weber State decided to march up the North Fork of the Ogden River to try and get some high ground to sabotage Cache Valley. Utah State held their ground 82-76. Mason Falslev dropped a light 28 bomb on 91% field goal percentage, and M.J. Collins also had a 20-piece. Utah Valley was elected next and decided to challenge Southern Utah. The Wolverines surrounded the city of Beaver in hopes that they could take over the region. The Thunderbirds surprisingly held their ground 79-72, ensuring the Beaver Creamery lived to see another day. Dylan Jones led SUU with 15, and Isaac Davis had 22 for the Wolverines. Weber State was called to serve once again, attacking USU. Utah State was able to escape the Wildcats 78-75. M.J. Collins had 16 for the Aggies, and T.Jan Sane had 17 for the Wildcats. Next up is the Utah Utes, who are trying to invade Weber State by way of Antelope Island. The Utes were able to get the win 82-72, led by a 26-point performance from Don McHenry. They were only able to take 25% of Weber's land, and they decided to conquer the Morgan County region, so their football team can join 3A next year and dominate with the Trojans. Utah State was next and tried to attack Weber while they were still wounded. The Aggies won 68-62 and were led by Mason Falsev, who had 17 points. The Aggies took another 25% of the Wildcats' land, and now Weber is left with the West Ogden Train Depot and a drying Great Salt Lake. But they were blessed with a shot at redemption when they had a shot to siege Park Valley. But Mason Falslev and the Aggies did not allow an upset as they won 69-65, led by his 19 points. The Wheel returned to SUU as they took another jab at Utah Tech. But Tech was able to stay afloat for the time being as they won 67-56. For the Trailblazers, Ethan Potter had a 20-point double-double, and Jaden Faroa was able to put up 20 points for the Thunderbirds in the loss. Utah Tech instantly counterattacked and won 69-65. Chandler Trujillo had 19 for Tech. This saved Tech's game as they controlled the better half of Southern Utah. Then, Utah Tech tried testing BYU at their newly found border. The Cougars did not budge, winning 98-53. And A.J. DeBonsa dropped 41 with 16 free throws, by the way. Utah State decided to bully Weber again, and Mason Falslev put up 17 points in a win. With that, the Wildcats surrender and are eliminated. Like and sub for the next elimination.